Lucy, 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 Lucy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elizabeth Ann, and today I'm doing a book review for the Ruby Red Trilogy by Kirsten Gier. I currently don't have the first book, again, as I've said in multiple other videos. My friend has it right now, but the first book is called Ruby Red, the second book is Sapphire Blue, and the third book is Emerald Green. Now for this review, I'm going to give a little bit of an overview that will have no spoilers in it, but then I'm going to go a little bit more deeper into how I liked it and what I thought about the trilogy and my likes and dislikes, and that will contain some spoilers. So if you have not read this series, I would suggest only watching the overview, but you've been warned. So let's just get right into it. This trilogy is about a girl named Gwyneth, and she lives in a time-traveling family. The time-traveling passes through generations by a gene, and it skips certain generations, so in Gwyneth's family, it's passed through the girls, and through another guy who's in the story named Gideon, his family, it passes through the men. Everyone thinks that Gwyneth's cousin Charlotte is supposed to be the time traveler, so she doesn't really know what's going on. She knows that there's secrets and a little bit about time travel, but like nothing else. And then suddenly she travels back in time, and she's like, oh crap. So she's kind of thrust into this new world of time traveling and all these different secrets, and her cousin is obviously very upset about that. Gwyneth is now realizing that she's a time traveler, and has to go back in time on these different missions, and she meets her time traveling counterpart, Gideon, who is a very attractive guy. I mean, you don't see what he looks like, but by his descriptions. Yeah. Basically, as they're going on their missions and like things that they have to do, they discover some secrets and are a little bit iffy on what they're really, trying to do. Like, is this really what should be happening, or has the Count, who was the guy who kind of had started all these prophecies and everything, they're questioning his motives. So yeah, you should read it and then come back and listen to the rest of this video, and then comment below and let me know how you liked it. We are now getting into the little bit more of the spoilery section, so if you've not read this series, please, unless you want to be spoiled, exit off of this video and read the series. So I really like Kirsten Gier's writing. I thought it was really good. It was very descriptive, but not in like the point where she's going on and you're like, okay, I get it. She really immersed you into the story. Her characters were very likable, even like, say Charlotte, for example. She could also sympathize for her because, she has been training all her life to be this time traveler, and then it's like, oh no, you're not anymore. You wasted your life. Because a lot of people don't like Charlotte, and I don't like her, but I feel bad for her, because imagine if you spent years and years and years training to time travel, especially with a very attractive guy, and then you're not. Suddenly you're like, no, I'm just a normal person who's wasted my life. Like, that's sad. I really, really liked Gwyneth. There were some times where she would be really dramatic that just annoyed me. I was like, girl, calm down. And for really silly things. Like, there's some things that she was totally fine with where I would be freaking out on, but then she's like being all dramatic because Gideon isn't talking to her. I'm like, come on, there's so many more important things going on. And she also got easily jealous. Every time Gideon was talking with some other girl, she's like,
he's talking to another girl again, and I'm gonna get really angry and flustered. It's just,
why? Please at least, hide it from him. But besides that, she was a fun character, pretty relatable. I mean, I would probably be acting most of the way she was acting towards time traveling. She wasn't, super excited. And then, when people were being really hard on her for not knowing, these certain things that you would know if you'd been training all your life, she got angry, which I would be too. I'd be like, hey, that's not my fault that I suddenly have to time travel and I don't know what's going on. Now, Gideon. Gideon kind of reminded me of Jace a little bit from the Mortal Instruments. He's very confident, very sassy, and kind of rude at times, but also very attractive and very nice. He's been trained all his life to do what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He has a mission, he has a plan, and then suddenly this girl comes in and he's like, okay. Their romance, guys, it was so frustrating at times. Just be together. Gosh dang it. But I liked that. I liked being on the edge of my seat and like, okay, when are they gonna figure things out? So I did enjoy the concept of the plot and like, you know, who is the Count? Is he evil? Is he not? I mean, obviously he was evil from the very first like time you meet him. You know he's evil, but I don't know. I liked it, but if I really think about it, nothing really happened over the first, like the first and second book. Bits and pieces happen, and then you found out a few things, but you as a reader don't know anything until the third book. And I feel like she should have at least spread all of the action out in the third book to some of this, at least the second book, or made the third book a lot longer, because so much happened in the third book. Gwyneth being immortal, I was like, wait, why, how, what, explain. And Gideon being immortal at the end, him dying, I literally was freaking out as I was reading. I'm like, no, he's dead. He can't be dead. I love him. What? But then it's like he gets up, he's like, oh, I'm immortal. I was like, okay, really? I would have almost rather him die, because him being immortal was just so cheesy and way too convenient. I really like the plot twist where you find out Lucy and Paul are Gwyneth's parents. I thought that was pretty cool. And in the second book, I really liked how she got to interact with her grandfather at a younger stage. Also, Mr. Whitman being the Count. Like, I knew there was something up with Mr. Whitman. Like, he seemed like a very suspicious character, but, like, he had to do major changes to his appearance to not be, like, for no one to know that. It was just, I thought that was kind of weird, and I wish they would have explained that. Like, there is just some plot twists or things that they had, that she had happen in the book that you're like, wait, like, how? I really needed to explain that more, or, as I said, put some of the action and so much that was in the third book into some of the other books, or just made it longer, because it was hard to keep up with everything. And then there's Gwyneth and Gideon's romance, which I liked them as a couple. I thought they worked really well. It was cute, it was funny, but like when she's dead and he's like, oh, Gwenny, don't leave me, I love you, like that was sweet, and I was literally like, oh, squealing. But how long have they known each other? Like 2 weeks? They already love each other? This seems really unrealistically fast for me. I don't know how I feel about that, but I still loved their romance, so it was okay, but it was very unrealistic, and like that would probably never happen in real life. If it's happened to you, I'm sorry. Maybe it does happen. Overall, I really did enjoy the series. It was very entertaining, and one of those kind of books that you can just pick up and read really quickly and be really immersed into the story. I would especially recommend it to people who, you know, are kind of in a reading slump, but again, it's not like the best series or the most like extravagant, amazing, like breathtaking thing I've ever read, but it's still very good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. I'll leave all my links for my social media, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!